Okay, here we are at Dirt Floor Motors, and I worked real hard yesterday. Got the tire partially off the rim. That's all I needed. I wanted to get the tube out because this thing goes flat after 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe longer than that. I haven't really kept track of it, but I know I come out here and it's flat. And so that was a job, beating that off with a hammer. Although I put it on there, but for some reason it had gotten glued to the back of the rim over the last, I don't know, year, maybe half year. So anyway, I got the tube out, could not find a leak with soapy water, and finally, right where the metal goes into the stem, I saw a little tiny bubble, and it was seeping there. So I don't even call it a hole, it's really just a seepage. It's so slow. But what I ended up doing after thinking about it for hours and hours, I couldn't patch it there. So I had some of this stuff. So I kind of tied the tube up to where the stem was the low part and shot that up in there and then pumped it up, and hopefully that stuff is in the tube and going in where that seepage is. So I'm going to try that. Now you can see here, of course I'm holding it upside down, but see if I can see it. Yeah, here it is. It looks like it was September of '84 was when this sucker was made. Whoops, got to fall over. And so it's been patched a few times, and all of them are about that old or older, but they're holding air. And since I'm not driving it on the interstate, and gotta get a bunch of other stuff fixed first, I think it'll hold, even if I gotta pump it up every little bit. It should, that slime should plug it, and it should be okay for a little while. I can get a new one for $24, but what I gotta do is fix that seat. I just temporarily put it in there. I gotta raise it up some. It's too low. I need to be setting higher. And the engine kept heating on me. So I'm just going to try and get it and run a little bit. So I don't know, the guy's supposed to have rebuilt it before I got it, but that makes you wonder why they sold a rebuilt motor other than they were building a hot rod. But we'll find out. Hopefully it just needs to be broken in good. And that's where I am on this one at the end of the year. Still gotta do the bands in the Model T, old Lizzie. That one's setting. This one's waiting for me to finally get onto the gas tank and seal it up. It's rusty. And I need to get the truck out and get this in the barn here where I can work on that. But first I gotta get the tractor and tear the carburetor apart on it. It fouled up the last time I had it out. It would hardly run, and it seems like it's gooed up or something. So I guess this is kind of a year-end thing here. The '62 Ford, it ran fine when I put a tank on it, just a temporary tank. So that's a project, and I just got tons of projects. But it's the end of the year, and there's my air compressor still sitting there with no current, but I'd have to take it to the house. I've been out today getting blackberry leaves. If you pick them when they've kind of turned red after the frost has hit them, the chlorophyll's out of them, and they make a better tea. Of course, you need to have your gloves. They go through the gloves too. But I guess you ought to call it blood tea because it draws blood when you get it. And they're sticky. There's no missing a blackberry leaf. They got little stickers all the way up the back side of the leaf. But you dry them out and you know, break them all up and take the stems and stuff out. And it makes a real good tea with honey. It's not like a Lipton tea, but it's got a good tea taste to it. So anyway, that's where we are at the end of the year. And hopefully I'll get that back on the truck here before long and see if I can get it running.